Welcome to Greensboro Complex for today's press conference. We had a very exciting night last night with Stevie Wonder gracing our stage. And then today is a very exciting day for us, just 2 weeks after a very historic announcement where we announced the naming rights partner on the Coliseum to First Horizon Coliseum. With that's going to lead us to other great things, and we're very excited today to introduce you to a group of gentlemen that have a major announcements that are going to be extremely important to the future of the Coliseum and our ability to continue to raise revenues and opportunities for the community to see sports and entertainment events. So with that, I'm going to introduce Andy Kaufman.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, City of Greensboro. What an exciting day this is today. What a special community this is, and what an honor it is to be here and to be welcomed so warmly to this special community. So we obviously have a lot of exciting things to share. Before we do, I do want to thank a few folks who kind of made today possible. Obviously, Scott, the City of Greensboro, Mayor, the Oakview Group, Doug, of course, First Horizon Bank. There'll be more I'll be thanking after the video to show you exactly what we're thanking everyone for. So let's go to the video.
Introduced to a large crowd as the Hurricanes played their first game in their temporary home, 80 miles away in Greensboro.
It's probably one of the largest buildings in the league.
Awesome. So, best kept secret ever? So naturally we are obsessed with hockey, but we're equally obsessed, if not even more so, with people and community and making sure that this is a platform to make the positive impact that we're so blessed to be a part of. So I'm going to count on a lot of you in this room to help make sure we're steering this platform in the proper direction to maximize that impact. So again, we're obviously super excited. The ECHL is the league we're playing in. Of course, there's only 2 leagues that affiliate with the NHL, this being the AA level. Some of the best players in the world will be playing right here in Greensboro. And so thinking and speaking of one of the best players ever to play in Greensboro, I would like to make an introduction, as this is one of the honors of my lifetime that this gentleman is here with us today. So Mr. or Commissioner Pat Kelly actually played in Greensboro 60 some odd years ago, and then basically created and ran and grew the ECHL into the league that it is today. So much so that when the championships that we look forward to bringing here, we're playing for the Kelly Cup. And so without further ado, I would be honored. Actually, before I do that, so my team doesn't kill me, GreensboroProHockey.com. Name the team contest. Y'all helping us name the team. Please visit our website. And now I would like to introduce Mr. Commissioner Legend Pat Kelly.
Andy, thank you so much. You know, 65 years ago, one day this month, back in October of '59, I woke up with my wife in Greensboro, North Carolina. The farthest south before then was Buffalo, New York. And so we stayed at the Smith Ranch Motel, which was in this area someplace. And I remember going in that morning because we all had to be at the arena by noon hour. There was 14 of us on the team, and we're all Canadian boys. And we had to meet Stanley Frank and Carson Bain. And I remember going into the restaurant, and I ordered 2 eggs over light with bacon. And it came, and there was this white stuff on the side of my plate. And I said to the waitress, "Do you have any brown sugar?" And she sort of looked at me funny. She said, "What?" I said, "Brown sugar." She said, "I don't think so, sir, but I'll go and ask the cook." She come back and said, "No, we don't have any brown sugar." So I took some white sugar and put it on it, and put a little bit of milk on it, took a spoonful of it, and then spit it back out. And I said, "What is this?" She said, "Grits." I thought it was cream of wheat. And from that day on, she said, "If you ever order eggs in the restaurant, don't and say no grits. from that day, I've never tasted grits again. That was back in '65. But it's so nice to be back here in Greensboro. I can remember the first game we played in this building. It was sold out. It was about 5,000 some seats. And the fans just went crazy. They couldn't believe that we could skate on those little blades 3 inches off the ice, have these big awkward gloves on, and carry a stick with a puck on the end of it and skate around. They thought they'd come up and say, "Mr. Kelly, let me touch you. Are you the same as I am?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you live in an igloo in Canada?" I said, "No, we have homes just like you have here." But my wife and I enjoyed it. We spent 5 winters, they said, in Greensboro. They weren't winters. They were like summers to us Canadians. And my buddies would say, "Well, you get a lot of rain down south." I said, "Yeah, but we don't have to shovel rain." But I'm so happy that hockey's back in Greensboro. We had 5 winters here, my wife and I. My oldest son turned 2 on December 7th in Greensboro. And I talked to him last night about it. He said, "Dad, I think I remember living in Greensboro." But it was just a different part of life than we'd ever seen before in Canada, and we just enjoyed it. And so in '73, when the Charlotte Checkers were looking for a coach and general manager, I got the job. And my wife and son said, "Dad, we're so happy to get out of Clinton, New York, where it's 20 below zero and snow like Canada has. Get that job in Charlotte if you can, and if they don't even want to pay you, take the job, because we want to get out of Clinton with all this bad weather." So I've been in and out of Charlotte a few times, but my kids have all lived there for these years, and we've enjoyed the South. And I just can't wait to see the first hockey game in Greensboro coming up in 25, 26. So again, thank you for all the things in my lifetime that started in Greensboro, North Carolina.
When I first started at the Coliseum was 1990, and we were the Greensboro Monarchs, and Pat Kelly was the commissioner, and it was an exciting time, and it's going to be a better exciting time going forward in the future. I want to remind everybody the website is greensboroprohockey.com. I have already submitted 3 names that I've claiming credit for. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm excited about it. The growth and success of the facility would not be possible without the support of the Greensboro City Council. So I want to take a moment to introduce Mayor Nancy Vaughn, and with her, thank you for your leadership in this.
Commissioner, I had that same experience with grits. I'm a northern girl. When I first came here, I thought it was cream of wheat. I will say I love grits now, especially when they come with shrimp. I would like to recognize some of my fellow council members, Hugh Holston, Mary Kay Abuzawader, Sharon Hightower, and I know that Zach Matheny is in the room. Thank you all for being here. And I'd also like to recognize our city manager, who is going to be sworn in at noon today. So it's a big day. Andy, thank you so much for bringing hockey back to the city of Greensboro. One of the questions that I consistently get at least once a month is, when are we going to get hockey? And, most people still don't associate, a southern state being a hockey state. But we really are. We see that with the success of the Hurricanes. And as I said to you earlier, I'm a hockey mom. My boys started on rollerblades, but then ended up on ice skates, and they just absolutely love it. And they still play hockey to this day. I had one son who was a goalie, and that is way too much stress on a mom. But to be able to see hockey back in the city of Greensboro will be great, because it will expose our young children to another sport that they really haven't had the opportunity to see on a regular basis. So this is something that's going to attract young and old alike. And this announcement, I know, has been a very long time coming. There have been a lot of people who have worked on it, and I am so glad that you saw the wisdom in bringing hockey to Greensboro, because we do have a long history of hockey, and we're glad to open the next chapter. So welcome. We're happy you're here, and we look forward to next October. Just dropping that puck. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to the next season.
So one of the OVG acronyms we use is we are positively trying to disrupt the industry. And that comes with change, and change is sometimes difficult. We've gone through a significant amount of change since we switched July 1st, but that's very positive change for us, and especially related to the First Horizon Coliseum naming a couple weeks ago. You can saw our First Horizon Zamboni down there. We went ahead and wanted to show off today. But with the change with Oakview Group, they've been a key factor in helping us develop new policies and new procedures and ways to think a little bit differently than we have normally in Greensboro, but more industry-wide. So I want to take a moment to introduce Doug Higgins, who is Senior Vice President of Oakview Group Facilities.
Good morning. If you can't tell, we are all in on Greensboro. We couldn't be more proud to be a partner with the city and just excited about the future. For those that don't know, when we first started discussions with the city, we came to the city and said we have 3 major initiatives that we like to accomplish. One, we think we can get you a naming rights partner. As we just talked about, that we announced that 2 weeks ago and couldn't be more thrilled about the relationship with First Horizon. 2, we think we can bring professional sports and specifically hockey back to Greensboro. And I'll talk about our relationship with Andy in a second. But again, here we are, we've been on the job about 100 days, and we've hit the second initiative, major initiative. And the third is just to increase the overall profile of national events at the Coliseum and the Tanger Center. Last night's Stevie Wonder show was just the first one of those that you'll start to see. So again, our goal is to get as many people out to the Greensboro complex and the Tanger Center for events. What we've seen in other markets is the more people come out to ticketed events, the more they come back for other events. And hockey's a major part of that. The more people that come to the Greensboro hockey team, they'll come to the Swarm, they'll come to family shows, they'll go to Broadway, they'll come to the Coliseum. All that will make Greensboro an entertainment and sports destination, just building upon the success of what Matt Brown and Scott Johnson and the team here in Greensboro have already built. We're excited about the future. The great thing about hockey is really, it starts with the relationship you have with the ownership group, and we consider Andy, myself consider Andy a personal friend. We've had a lot of success with Zoyer Sports down at our building in Savannah. For example, we're going into our 3rd season in Savannah with the Savannah Ghost Pirates, the team that Andy owns. We've only not sold out 1 game in the history of that facility. So that just tells you about a southern market, hadn't seen hockey before, and how much they've come to embrace it. ECHL hockey is affordable family fun. So everyone in the room, I'm assuming you're somewhat of a hockey fan. You're going to become a bigger fan, and we're really going to embrace the community to come to the Coliseum and experience a great night. Even if they don't know anything about hockey, they're going to fall in love with it immediately and really want to come back. So we're going to ask all of you to be ambassadors for Greensboro hockey and whatever the team is, and we look forward to having you here. So again, thank you all very much. Oakview Group couldn't be more proud of where we are with everything we're doing in Greensboro, and we look forward to the future. Thank you.